Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful start to your Tuesday. Here's what we're looking at for the weather so far. I know we mentioned some rain chances for today, but thankfully those don't really come into play until well into our evening. So here's what we're looking at going into the early morning hours. Well, late morning hours. We're almost at noon, 10:44 on the clock right now. So looks like it's a little cloudy around Huntsville. And you'll notice it's just that kind of hazy type of cloud. It's not truly cloudy conditions at the moment, but 64 is where we sit alongside Decatur as well as Coleman. Highest temperature right now. Is anyone surprised that it's Muscle Shoals? They're always our warmest area. So 67 degrees is where they are right now. And no one make the joke. But what we are expecting to see out of the rest of these hours, temperatures will start to warm up into some 70s. Yes, you see that correctly on your screen there, 70s. So we're expecting to see that wind increase as well, which will kind of cool us down a little bit, considering the fact that this is really warm for this time of year. So you may have walked out the door with a light jacket and you won't need it for the afternoon. And then on the commute home, you won't need it either. By 5 o'clock, 67 degrees then for Metro Huntsville. So what we're expecting is increasing cloud cover as we get into those afternoon hours, because we do have rain chances building into the forecast, but it's going to be much later. So by the time we get to 7 and 8 o'clock, that's when we'll start to see some of the earliest showers in the west. And I'll show you that in a moment. What we are anticipating is some thunder with tonight's showers as well. We'll sit in the mid 50s overnight. And what this rain chance will do, will take our temperatures where we're at 70 and possibly 72 for Muscle Shoals and out in the west. What that'll do is drop us back into some low end 60s and upper 50s, which is good to note because typically we're around the mid 50s at this time of year. So we'll be a hair closer to our natural an average forecast. Thankfully, not tracking anything severe overnight tonight. Worst thing out of this is really just that thunder that you'll hear in the overnight hours. And at the bottom there, you can see it's going to be a wet Wednesday morning drive. So I believe yes, we do, hour by hour. So right around the 8 and 9 o'clock hour, our western communities will start to see sprinkles and just periodic showers as it starts to intensify, getting into some steady rain and even heavier downpours right around 9 and 10 o'clock. So this is showing you at 10 o'clock. You can see there's spotty, heavy showers, but widespread light rain. So as we go into the overnight hours beyond 10 o'clock, we're expecting, if Max will catch up. Give it a moment. There we go. So you can see the bulk of the heaviest showers well north to us. So it'll be over near Chattanooga and Knoxville. So not expecting to see much of that heavy, complete heavy rain that's taking over. It looks like most of their overnight hours into Wednesday morning will be very strong rain. We'll get a little band off of it. As you can see, that little stripe that goes from maybe the tip of Jackson County all the way over to Tupelo, Mississippi. Little stripe there, and that's probably where we'll see some of that thunder, hear thunder and see more lightning as we go into your Wednesday morning. Thankfully, though, we're expecting to see this kind of wrap up throughout the morning. By 10:30, we're left with a couple of southern showers. So our southernmost communities will see a rain chance given every once in a while throughout the late morning hours. And we also start to see less of that cloud cover. You can see we just have a little thin layer there, but the heaviest of that cloud cover is well south to us as well. So going through the rest of Wednesday, shaping up to be a nice afternoon and evening. So as we go into those later hours, we'll see 40s back in the forecast with that rain cooled air kind of getting us back into some chillier conditions, but still not anywhere near freezing. That's always good to know. We'll be right at it going into Thursday morning, but thankfully all of our temperatures staying above freezing for the moment as far as our lows go. So looking at your highs, again, rain chances start late this evening. That'll drop our temperatures overnight. We'll start in the mid 50s, and we won't get much warmer than the upper 50s because most of the morning will be overtaken by rain, and then we'll have some of that cloud cover left behind for a couple areas that'll kind of work as a bit of an incubator. So that'll just kind of hold the temperatures where they are. Going into Thursday and Friday are proving to be dry. We thought we would get a rinse and repeat of Tuesday and Wednesday, but thankfully we've had Tuesday and Wednesday late night into morning rain, and Thursday and Friday seem to be much more dry than we anticipated, which is always a good note. But Thursday and Friday will also be back in the 60s. So doing a little bit of a yo-yo, as Brad said the other day, but really stair-stepping back into those low to mid 60s, mostly cloudy for both of those days. And then as we get to Saturday for Valentine's Day, and I know Huntsville's also having their Mardi Gras parade, looks like we'll have rain chances right now. Looks like it's going to be later in the afternoon. And then by Sunday, we'll also have a heavier chance for rain. Havoc is back in town that day as well. Then once we get to Sunday, we'll see that rain-cooled air kind of push us back into the 50s. We'll do a little bit of a similar temperature setup that we saw out of Wednesday, that we'll see out of Wednesday for Sunday. Monday, President's Day, some folks may be out. Nice, gorgeous conditions. It'll be 63, feeling nice out the door. And as you continue into the next week, we're getting back into some upper 60s, low end 70s. Looks like we've got some cloudy conditions on the way. Could possibly see a chance of rain in the mix as well. So with that being said, I will be on our noon show. We've kind of got a little bit of crazy schedules due to the Olympics. So make sure you are tuning in to watch the Olympics and watch our Olympians. I've been very pleased thus far. Outside, Chalk and Bates, I wanted them to win so bad. I wanted them to beat the French team last night with the 90s routines. But if you want to chit chat about the Olympics, I'm your girl. But anywho, looking ahead to the rest of the day, we'll have our noon right here on Facebook streaming the same way that you find us here on Weather Extras, and anytime you watch Fastcast, we'll be right here for you. And then with that also being said, we're going to have TVL streaming as well, so they'll have some really cool stuff coming up for you. And I believe they start streaming on Friday, if that's correct. So with that being said, we're going to have some crazy schedules with the Olympics, but bear with us and tune in as you can. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I really appreciate you guys for sticking around. Have a good one.